everyone! Welcome to the worst album ever made. The show where we try to find out what is the worst album ever made. Right now we're starting to get a couple of user-submitted suggestions on our show. Thanks. I have a lot in the back stock and I'm going to get to all of them in time, but first, we had to answer the #1 user-submitted suggestion, my dad's. My dad suggested this topic because he used to be a wonderful, wonderful watcher of American Idol. And in season 3 of American Idol, we saw this absolutely stunning man come up and show the world that just because you're not talented does not mean you can't express yourself. We're talking about William Hung today.
She bangs! She bangs! Oh baby, when she moves, I go crazy.
William Hung was laughed out of the studio with his terrible audition. And he took the world by storm and became a small little cult icon for a while, where everyone was looking at William Hung and was like, you know what? Just because you can't sing doesn't mean you can't follow your dreams. And that's why Fuse gave him a record deal, a 3-album record deal, and we're talking about his debut album, Inspiration. This album right here is a karaoke album, and everyone hated it. It got 1 stars across the board. People actually loathe this album, saying things like this. Think of what 2 cats screwing on a blackboard might sound like, while a dying vulture sings harmony. And this. One buys inspiration for the same reason traffic slows at the scene of an accident, to gawk and take in the carnage. There is no redeeming value in this pile of trash. Hung is a talentless clod, a guy who got lucky, took an offer he couldn't refuse, and now is reaping the benefits of a system that capitalizes on exploitation. This album is a 15-track album that showcases William Hung's favorite songs. It's 46 minutes, and it feels twice its length. But there are a couple of gems in here. We're gonna get into it. So we're gonna see if it goes on the board of shame. Let's get started. Welcome to my William Hung hideout, where we talk about William Hung while being very sweaty. First up is William Hung's greatest hit. It is Ricky Martin's She Bangs.
She bangs! Oh baby, when she moves.
He's not too bad at it. This dude can sing this song. He got this perfected. What you see on American Idol compared to what you hear in this album is a huge, huge leap of improvement. I'm actually kind of happy that he got so good.
Hey boys and girls, I'm Grizzlystation and I'm contractually obligated to tell you that I am not being blackmailed by Garrett's secret account with Christmas nudes from 3 years ago. Now that we got that out of the way, let's get to it. Now, if you know me, you know I like my beats, my meats, my sweets. I like them hot, hippity-hop tracks that really get me going. I like all kinds of music from punk. So Garrett sent me a few tracks to check out, and let's take a gander together. The first track is She Bangs, and you guys know how I feel about banging. It doesn't happen often. Let's listen to this. Oh, God. Okay. It doesn't sound like this is like a fresh cover. It sounds like he took the instrumental and sung karaoke over it. And while he's on tempo on this one, which is surprising, because most people who do stuff like this aren't. The interesting thing is you can't really understand what he's saying.
I think that a woman's got one thing on her mind.
She Bangs is not too bad, which is surprising, because William Hung is known to be one of the worst singers ever. I've heard worse. So She Bangs gets 3.5 stars. Next is Balamos. Let the rhythm take you over, Balamos.
Let the rhythm take you over, Balamos.
William Hung cannot sing. If I keep saying that in every track, it's gonna be boring. But every track, William's flat, and he can't sing. So just keep that in mind for the rest of the review, because I do not want to say that for every track. It's true for all of them. She Bangs was the best vocal performance of all of them. Balamos is not his worst outing on this album. William Hung does a lot better when he sings fast-paced songs. They sound like he's having a good time and he's vibing. Balamos gets a 3.
I may not be the best singer in the world, but I sing from my heart, and I sing with passion.
Next one's bad. It's I Believe I Can Fly.
This is hard, dude.
Hung has a very hard time with slow songs. And this song, he has so many notes he has to hold, and his voice fluctuates so badly. It's a strain on your eardrums. I don't want to listen to this song ever again.
If I just spread my wings, I can fly.
There were peak moments where he was with it, but those notes where he really hits that inflection, that carry of that note, it just does not get carried. It gets actually dropped and thrown onto the ground and stomped.
1 star. I'm sorry, William. I'm really sorry. I feel bad because I know he liked singing it, and it hurts my heart. It hurts this right here. Whew. Okay, next one is Hotel California by the Eagles. This song makes me mad in a completely different way.
Welcome to the Hotel California. Such a lovely place.
This song has a constant echo filter on it. Constant. Words just mix with each other. And the verses are worse because of this echo.
Cooing in my ear.
William Hung is not a sound mixer, he is a singer. I saw the DVD on here. There's like 8 people in that studio, and there's no reason it should sound this bad. You should be able to at least take away the echo when it's not needed. You can take away the echo in certain parts. This is laziness. The absolute pinnacle of laziness. And William Hung sounds worse because of it. They want him to look like the village idiot. They want people to buy it to ridicule and mock him. They didn't care. And that bothers me.
I don't know. The instrumental was decent. It was decent. And that little end riff you got going with the do. I like that. That was some good dudes, dude.
Hung is the only one who's trying in this song. He is singing his little tiny heart out for us. I'm giving this one a 2. I'm moving on. Next is Can You Feel the Love Tonight by Elton John. William Hung is a cool dude. He loves Pokemon, he loves Final Fantasy, and he loves his Disney. And this is the first of 3 Disney songs that he is putting on here.
Cross Voyager, spacing time with yours.
Oh God, it's long, it's boring, and it's bad. I'm sorry, Will. 4 minutes and 12 seconds, it might as well be 8. It is so long. Hotel California was a minute longer and it felt so much shorter comparatively. This album should have been half the length. And if it was half the length, it would be a lot better. So this one I'm gonna give a 1.5. Will. Ugh. Next is Two Worlds, the second Disney song.
A simple life, they live in peace. Softly tread the sand below your feet now.
Do not get me wrong, I like Disney songs. I like Disney songs. I'm not a hater, but he cannot sing them. And I do not want to be mean to William Hung, but Two Worlds sucks too. Is it better than the last one? Slightly better. So I'm gonna give it 2 stars. I listened to Metal Machine Music by Lou Reed, which is an hour of static and noise. This feels longer than it, and it's about 30 minutes shorter. How is that even possible?
Even with a lot of talent in singing, even with a lot of talent in whatever you choose to do, you still have to put in this hard work.
Okay, the last 2 songs were bad, but this next one is the best song off the album. We're doing the cover of Elton John's Rocket Man.
And I think it's gonna be a long, long time to touch on brave rocket to find.
Alright, you know what? Didn't hate it. There were some moments where I was actually a little shocked that Mr. Hung could get his voice that high. Yeah, that was interesting. Obviously, he still didn't really nail it, but for what it wasn't bad. Definitely not good. No, not good at all.
Are you missing something never listening to Rocket Man by William Hung? You're not. This song gets a 4.5 stars. I like it. I think it's good, but it's not worth a 5-star in any means. But William Hung, you impressed me on this one. Great vocal performance. Good job. Alright, next one is a song that is an original song, and it is called Free.
Free, I wanna be free. Free to love somebody.
This song is about how Hung wants to get a girl. It says that Hung helped write it with another writer. I think that the writer already wrote it, gave it to Hung, and said you can change whatever you want to, and he didn't change much. Free sounds like all the garbage music you would hear in the early 2000s. It's trying to just be hip, be cool, playing what everyone else was playing on Radio Disney. It is not nearly as good as what was going on the rest of the tracks. I'm going to be fair, and I'm going to give it 2.5 stars just because it's not another karaoke track. It's now time for the last Disney track on the album. It is The Circle of Life.
The circle of life is the wheel of fortune.
You just can't sing Circle of Life if you don't got the pipes. This is a hard song. It's an incredibly hard song to sing. You have to hold those notes, and you gotta hold them long. You need to have that power in your voice. Circle of Life is something that even talented musicians can have a hard time doing. I know why William Hung did it. He likes Disney, and he's doing a salute to Disney. But at the same time, when you make an album, you should always play to your strengths. You should always show people, especially your debut album, their best work. And this is just not that. What do I rate it? I'm rating it 2 stars.
It doesn't matter if it's children, adults, maybe even seniors. All these people just like me, and they like me for my real self.
Next up is a good song. I know. We're finally back at listening a good song. I can't believe it either. The next song is YMCA.
There's no need to be unhappy.
YMCA by William Hung is a freaking bop.
YMCA.
Why is this song good? Why is it good? Because William Hung is having a great time. It sounds like he is having the time of his life. There's parts of the song where he's laughing, And if William Hung's having a good time singing, I'm gonna have a good time listening. I can party to this song. It sounds awesome. I like this so much. I am going to rate it 4 stars. We are finally down to the last song. It is Shake Ya Bon Bon.
Shake your bon bon, shake your bon bon, shake your bon bon.
William Hung, as I said before, his slow songs are not his strong suit, so I'm glad they're ending this album with a couple of bangers. YMCA and Shake Your Bon Bon, pretty good songs for William Hung. I would have preferred if YMCA ended the album, and this one was a little bit above that.
I like... Not much, actually. I don't like much about this one. This one was the weakest out of the 5 I had to listen to. This one was pretty difficult. The rest at least had like a comical effect to it. This one was just not enjoyable. Sorry, I didn't shake my bonbon.
Shake Your Bon Bon is absolutely not the worst thing on this album. I do have some gripes with it, but at the end of the day, it's right down the middle. It's 3 stars. It's okay. It's an okay song. This has actually been one of the hardest judgings I've ever had to do on this show. I've had to think for a long time where I'm going to put William Hung's inspiration. One of the problem is this album itself is bad, and it's not just because of William Hung. It is every single person involved. This is awful. It is an awful excuse of exploiting someone to make fun of them and not even caring. This is one of the laziest albums I have ever heard. Because of everything I just listed, right now, currently, William Hung's inspiration is the 2nd worst thing I've ever heard. With no fault to William Hung himself. William, if you're seeing this, I mean no ill will. I think you're a great person. But, you know what? William Hung did inspire me. You know what? I think anyone out there, whether you can sing or not, I think you should go out there and sing. Just because singing is fun. Singing's great. The more you sing, the better you feel, because it's a fun little thing to do. Let's follow in Hung's footsteps, and let's just sing for the fun of it. You walked into the party like you were walking onto a yacht. Your hat strategically dipped below one eye. Your scarf, it was apricot. You had one eye in the mirror as you watched yourself covet, and all the girls dreamed that they'd be your partner. They'd be your partner, and you're so vain. You probably think this song is about you. You're so vain, so vain. I'll bet you think this song is about you. Don't you? Don't you?